Alright, so hello everybody. So today I'm going to be helping you to solve your FPS issue. Well, for this method, methods actually, it depends. If you have a really bad PC, there's only so much you can do before, there's only so much you can do to make it playable, but try to make the best out of you got. So here we're going to be showing you how. So for this method, might give you 20 more FPS, 20, maybe 30, nah, probably 20, 15, but it's still something. So let's start out. So first of all, we're going to start out explaining bottlenecks. Bottlenecks are a part of your computer that is holding back another part, because the part that's holding back the more powerful part is not powerful enough. Alright, so first of all, we're going to start explaining. So for GPU bottleneck, a GPU bottleneck would be say I have level 1, say I was getting really 60 FPS, it's really smooth right here, but if I turn up my graphics, it drops to like 9 FPS. It's unplayable. The higher you put the graphics bar, the more you're gonna lag. That is a GPU bottleneck. Alright, well actually ROBLOX just froze real quick. It's just some weird bug, but whatever. So for a CPU bottleneck, well, a CPU bottleneck is in fact stutters. So first of all, let me simulate a CPU bottleneck. I'm gonna have to set affinity. Alright, okay. So a CPU bottleneck would look something like this. Alright, so for a CPU bottleneck, I don't know if you can see, but there are stutters, and it gets really annoying over time. It can actually impact your gameplay because you could get a massive stutter while in meta combat, and that can cause you to lose, which is bad. So actually, let me set this to regularly, so that way I don't have to deal with this lag, because I'm not used to lag. But alright, so that's basically a CPU bottleneck. Basically stutters and no good. Alright, so for a RAM bottleneck, it's your system memory that's holding back the rest of your system. So this would only apply, so you are at, say you go into task manager to find out if you have a memory bottleneck, and if this is all filled up, so if all of this is used up, and it's probably a memory bottleneck, and you can help mitigate this by applying the situations I have come up with. But so first of all, we're going to start out with fixing a GPU bottleneck. So for fixing a GPU bottleneck, the first, well, pretty obvious solution is going to settings, first of all, you have to hit escape. So let me explain. Hit escape, go into settings. If you haven't touched it, set to automatic, so, and you can't move the slider, but if you uncheck this, you can be able to move the slider. So just keep moving the slider back until you get a playable frame rate. So say if we moved it to 1, but we're still lagging. So if we're still lagging, we're gonna have to make ROBLOX look even more bad than it already looks. But it's gonna help you get more FPS. Might help you get 3 more FPS, 4, but it's still worth a shot. So to do this, close ROBLOX, type in ROBLOX Studio. It's this icon right here. It's basically the blue cheese it. I already have it started up, so it will take you to this page. You click on a game, or you can make a new one just for this situation, but you're gonna have to try to load the game up. Alright, so now that it loaded, well, it's still loading. Alright, so now that it loaded, so what you want to do is the top left corner, hit file, you will see settings, hit settings. This will only give you 3 more FPS, but it's still worth a shot. When you click rendering, it says changing settings will make ROBLOX and Studio, just ignore that. Alright, go to rendering and go to quality level, not edit quality level, just quality level, and set this to 1. Then what you want to do is go down and type and hit check eager bulk execution. Then you want to keep going down and hit frame rate manager, turn this on, and try out each one of these which gives you the most FPS. I use Vulkan because I have a dedicated graphics card, but if you have a really bad graphics card or GPU, try OpenGL. That usually works the best, but everybody's computer is different, so it might not work. But alright, so first, then we go to physics, we go to performance, click on allow sleep. Then I believe that these things don't do anything else, so now we go to game options, video quality, set this to low resolution. Alright, so now that we did all these settings, close, restart. It will restart Roblox Studio, but you don't need Roblox Studio, so we're just gonna have the task right here. Alright, so now that you go to Roblox, the website, load up the main Roblox client. Alright, so now that we're here, it's probably not going to look any different, but there's going to be very slight changes, but it's still worth a shot, I believe. So it's probably going to look the same, but you probably get 3 more FPS, but it's still worth it in my opinion. Want to get all those FPSs. Alright, so this is the last GPU resolution. So this is pretty complicated, I guess, if you're a newcomer, but let me actually mute the audio right here because that's going to be annoying. So what you want to do is type in display settings. So hit enter, display settings. So you don't have to do this, but if you go to window mode, so if your screen looks like this, hit F11, it'll take you to window mode, click this thing, restore down, and make it as small as it will go. But it's not really that fun to play Roblox like this, so what I would do, alright, so full screen it, go to display settings like I said before. Now click on display resolution, just keep scrolling down, find the lowest one, alright, and press keep changes. Alright, so now that we're in the Roblox Studio, I'm at Roblox, the main Roblox client, hit F11 to get rid of that ugly little screen right there. And now Roblox will look crappier, obviously, but it will help you get more FPS. By testing without my GPU, I got 12 more FPS. It's still worth a shot, I say. Alright, so that's all for the GPU bottlenecks. Now we're going to explain the CPU bottlenecks. So actually before that, let me show you how to revert. So go on display resolution, click on the recommended one, and press keep changes. So when you're done, just go like that, then exit out the main Roblox client. Alright, so that dude is punching me. Let me max out my settings. Alright, so for a CPU bottleneck, so let me explain this real quick. Let me simulate a CPU bottleneck real quick. So go to details, Roblox Studio. Okay, why do I keep calling Roblox Player Studio? I don't know why, but we're going to simulate a CPU bottleneck right here. So click OK. So now we're getting stutters. So to fix these stutters, it's really simple. All you have to do is just keep cranking down the graphics until you get a playable frame rate. So we put it to 1, we won't get these stutters anymore, so it's all good. But say we switch it to 10, our CPU is not going to like it and we're going to stutter a lot. So just keep it to 1, or just keep going down until you get a playable frame rate and you don't see stutters anymore. Alright, so for the RAM bottlenecks, well, actually let me get rid of this bottleneck right here because it's going to look ugly. Alright, so for talking about memory bottlenecks, so for a memory bottleneck, like I explained before, you can identify it if it's all filled up. So what could help is by closing, go to processes where it says apps and closing down the apps that you don't need. So the ones that are taking up the most memory, just close them and task. Just if you don't need them, close them, because that's just going to bottleneck your system and that's not good. Another solution is what I found I have this thing called MemReduct. It's a memory cleaner tool, so just search a MemReduct on Google. Click on the first one. I click on this one. It's gonna take a while to load. Then go to download this one, the setup.exe. Make sure you're using 64-bit. I don't think it will work with 32-bit. I think it will. I'm not sure. So now say we installed it, or it's right here. I already have it because why not? Alright, so now we go to, well, actually let's open this. Alright, so this thing will show up. So what you want to do is go to load on system startup. If you want this to load automatically, start minimize so it won't take up the whole screen. Alright, then what you have to do now is go to settings and go to memory cleansing. Alright, so for memory cleansing it should say clean every 30 minutes. I recommend 30 minutes, you know, because some programs could start that you don't want. And so this will just clean your memory. It will help optimize your memory and make it run better. But there's only so much you could do, but it's still worth a shot, I believe so. So for another method, well, what you have to do now is we're going to turn off VSync. It'll still help, but it'll probably give you like 3 more FPS. So go to type in FPS unlocker for Roblox. There should be a GitHub. You should click on the GitHub website. Make sure you're using 64-bit or download 32-bit for your system. So say we already downloaded it. I already have it on my system. So what you want to do is type in FPS unlocker. It will execute it to command prompt. That's okay, just don't get scared. Alright, so it will unlock my FPS basically. So you can see I'm getting 70 FPS, but even if you're getting below 60 FPS, it will still help. You'll get a little bit more FPS, I believe so. So it's still worth a shot, I believe so. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so that's all the methods I have for this video. This may or may not help you. If it did, good for you, that's nice. If it didn't, well, I'm sorry. But there's only so much you can do, sadly. Alright, so thank you for watching my video, and have a good day. Bye-bye.